Add me up right now.
Okay, let's talk about homework and Power School.
How am I adding?
Tonight, you guys have quiz 8.4 to turn in, and you have assignment number 17, which is a Delta Math assignment on factoring trinomials where the A is bigger than 1. Level
Flynn,
1.
I think you need to
15
respect
problems.
this meeting.
Tomorrow, you do assignment number 18, which is Delta Math, 15 problems. And that's factoring trinomials level 2. And then Wednesday, assignment 19 is Delta Math, factoring trinomials level 3. So it's 15 problems each day from Delta Math. All right, it's going to be on what we're going to be doing today at the board. Wednesday, we do not meet. There's no
that's too
reason
bad.
for us to meet on Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay, let's
Got
go.
it?
I got
So
it.
we just have to meet today.
Sounds good.
All right?
That sounds really, really good.
That sounds all right? So hopefully we learn what we need to learn today here. It's a little bit of trial and error method that we're going to be using. Okay, so get your notebooks out.
Who's trying to play some more?
Here we go. Regular algebra 1. We're in 8.6.
Flynn, stop it. You're not funny.
Come on, Flynn.
8.6.
Respect the call.
I literally just don't know who's talking.
Well, Alex was just talking.
Flynn.
Okay, we are
Okay.
going to be factoring trinomials, quadratic trinomials. Ax squared plus bx plus c. In section 5, we did x squared plus bx plus c. The a was a 1.
Wait, I'm lost.
Those are easier to do than the ones you're going to do today.
I'm lost.
These are just a little more involved when you have an a value. Okay, so we're going to start with 2x squared plus 11x plus 12.
Yep.
You're going to factor it into binomials. Now, you start with the first term, 2x squared. 2's a prime number. There's only one way to get 2, and that's a 1 and a 2. So in other words, you're going to have a 2x with an x. But because of the 2x, you no longer are going to look for two numbers that multiply to 12 and add to 11. That's not going to work anymore because the number you put here multiplies 2x. It's not multiplying 1x. So now you have to take 12 and break it down into 1 and 12 or 12 and 1, 2 and 6, 6 and 2, 3 and 4, 4 and 3. And you have to check every possibility until you find the one that works. So we're going to be foiling this and trying to come up with the 11x. So if you started with the 1 and 12 and 12 and 1, now see it makes a difference. You put a 1 here and a 12 here, your outer product is 24x and a 1x. And here again, it's a positive 12, which says the signs are the same. And it'll be whatever the middle sign is. So we know it has to be plus and plus. But a 1 and 12 would give you 24 plus 1, 25. That doesn't work. So it's not a 1 and
Mr.
a
A.
12. And so then you can try a 12 and a 1.
Mr.
And
A.
now you get 2x plus 12x
Flynn has a question.
is 14x. And that doesn't work. So
Mr.
the 1
A.
and 12 and 12 and 1 doesn't work. What's that, Flynn?
You kicked CJ out. He told me to let you back in. Let him back in.
Bruh. CJ's back in.
He is.
I
That
would
should have
assume
meant them
so.
all.
I didn't hear you say please.
Okay, so 1 and 12 and 12 and 1 doesn't work. So now you check 2 and 6 and 6 and 2. So again, check 2 with 6. That gives you 12x and 2x is 14x. That doesn't work.
Wait, where'd you get 14x from?
What?
From the outer
Where'd you get
product
14x
and the
from?
inner product.
I'm lost.
So we tried 2 and 6 and that didn't work. Now we try 6 and 2. Then you're doing the outer product is 4x. The inner product is 6x. That adds to 10x.
I thought the
And
inner product
that
was
doesn't
14.
work.
What?
2 and 6 gave us 14. 6 and 2 gives us.
I don't think
you're
you're using the
trying to
proper
find the
method.
right numbers to get the 11. So neither of those two work. So now we try 3 and 4. You put a 3 with the one and you put a 4 with the other. And now you get 8x and 3x. And that adds to 11x. So this is the one that works. So we have it. It's 2x plus 3 times x plus 4. It's just trial and error. You first put the first terms in, then you try the second terms until you find the right combination. All right? Let's take the next one. Now again, this is a positive 8. Says the signs have to be the same. And since the middle term is
Mr. Antonelli,
positive,
I have a more efficient method to solve for the quotient.
it's got plus and plus. Well, we're going to learn this method right now. We can talk about yours later. 3x squared's got to be a 3x and an x. So we know it's plus and plus with 3x and x. And now you look at 8, which can be 1 and 8 or 8 and 1, 2 and 4 or 4 and 2. And so you just check them out. If you put 1 with 8, the outer would be 24, the inner would be 1, that'd be 25. So that's not good.
Mr. A, I'm having a hard
Got
time
1 and
seeing it. I
So
can't see
then
it, Mr.
you check 8 and 1. That gives you 3x plus 8x is
Mr. A, we
11x.
can't see the bottom of the board. We can't see the bottom
Yeah,
part of that.
Mr. A, thank you.
Can you see it?
Thank you, Mr. A.
Yeah, I can
Okay,
see it.
so the 8 and 1
much, sir?
doesn't work. Now we check 2 and 4. So you check a 2 and a 4. And now you get 12x plus 2x is 14x. So 2 and 4 doesn't work.
That
So
does not
now
work.
you check 4 and 2. 4 with 2. And now you get 6x plus 4x. And that's 10x. And this must be the correct answer. Do you see what we're doing? It's all
Yeah, I do.
trial and error until you come up with the right answer. 3x plus 4 times x plus So we're only doing ones right now
Become a
that
bit
end in a
confused.
positive number. So this next one, this time we have a 5x squared, which can only be a 5x and an x. There's no other way to get 5x squared. Then you have 3, which can only be 1 and 3 or 3 and 1. It's a plus 3, which means the signs are the same, but it's a minus 16. So what does that tell you? It's got to be minus and minus. This one we know has to be minus and minus to get to minus 16. And now you check 1 and 3 and see what you get. You're going to get negative 15 and negative 1, which is negative 16. So this must be correct. 5x minus 1 with x minus 3. So that's the procedure when the last number is positive. That's what we're checking. All right? Now we're going to do some where the last number's negative.
Can everyone mute themselves so we can actually focus?
Okay. 2x squared minus x minus 6. Again, we're looking for the two factors.
Mr. A, I can't see the top of that equation.
Mr. A, we can't see the
1,
screen.
6,
We can't
I
see
can't
it.
see.
We can't the top.
6 and 1,
I'm not seeing this.
2 and 3, 3 and
Please,
2.
please.
Oh my
Oh, thank you.
Grammarly.
Do you see it now?
Yeah, I can see
Yes,
it
we
now.
can see it now. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. Thank you.
So again, we
I
start
can't
with
see a thing.
2x squared. That can only be a 2x and an x. And
For real?
then this time we have a minus 6. Now,
Oh,
we're
no.
not going to worry about the minus yet. We're just going to worry about 6 being 1 and 6 and 2 and 3 or 3 and 2 and 6 and 1. But here's what we know. If it is a minus 6, one of these signs has to be plus and one has to be negative. But we're going to have to check two things out now. First thing we got to check is 1 and 6. So 1 here with the here. And then you have to check both possible signs. If you check plus and minus, you would get minus 12 and plus 1 would be minus 11. And if you just made it minus and plus, it's going to be plus 12 and minus 1 positive. So you know that's not going to work. The 6 and 1. Okay? The 1 and 6 rather. So then we check the 6 and 1,
Can I go to the bathroom?
and then we can check plus and minus.
I think CJ has
We
a
get
question.
minus 2 plus 6 is plus 4. So that's no good. If you check minus plus,
Mr. A.
you're going to get minus 4. So
No,
that's
stop.
no good. Now
Mr.
we
A.
check out 2 and 3. So we put a 2 here and a 3 here. And now we have to check plus minus and minus plus. You really only have to check one of them. This gives you minus 6 plus 2 is minus 4. If you go minus plus, it'll give you a plus 4. So that's not what we want. 2 and 3. So now we try 3 and 2. And
Mr.
with
A.
3 and 2, we get minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1. And we finally came up with it. So when that last number's negative, there's more work to do. Because not only do you have to take 1 and 6
Liam
and
Baker
1,
is locked out of
you have
joining
to
the
check
class.
plus and minus and minus and plus. You got to check 2 things out.
Mr. A.
All right. Do you have this
Mr.
one
A.
written down? In your
Mr.
notes?
A.
Yes.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Do what you need to do.
All right, cool.
Did you get this one written down?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Let's do
Wait,
the
can we
next
explain it again?
negative 1. All right. Let's try 3x squared
What's
plus
that one on the top?
7x, and then minus 6. So again, we're going to get what? 3x and x, right? Then we just take 6 and you write 1 and 6, 6 and 1, 2 and 3, 3 and 2. Now it's a minus 6, so we know it's going to either be a plus minus or a minus plus. First, we check out 1 and 6. So we put the 1 and a 6, and we put a plus and a minus. That'd be minus 18 plus 1 is minus 17. And if we went minus plus, you'd end up with plus 17. So you don't really have to check that. So it's not the 1 and 6. So now we try the 6 and 1 with plus minus. And that's minus 3 plus 6 is plus 3. So minus plus would give me minus 3. So
Check my
that's
car.
not the right one. So just get rid of the 6 and 1. So this doesn't work. Now check 2 and 3. This gives us minus 9 plus 2 is minus 7. We want plus 7. So all we have to do is make this minus plus. And now you get plus 9 minus 2 is plus 7. And now you have the right answer. So you guys have to develop patience when you're doing these problems. It takes a little bit of time. It's trial and error. You have to write down the possibilities and you have to check them until you find the right one that works.
Mm-hmm.
All right? We got this one. Let's do another one, and then there's a couple of equations I want to do.
I think Mr.
So we only
Liam Baker
got a
got
couple
locked
more
out.
to do here.
Mr. A.
Yeah.
Liam Baker's locked out. He can't join.
Liam Baker.
Yeah, he's not able to join.
Yeah, I think you need to accept him.
That should work. All right, so what are we going to do here? We start with what? 5x and x, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we take just the number 8, and you write 1 and 8, 8 and 1, and then 2 and 4, 4 and 2. Those are the possibilities for 8. And then we know it's going to be plus minus or minus plus. I would write plus minus and check it out. Remember, whatever it gives you, when you change it to minus plus, you just get the opposite answer. So now let's check 1 and 8. That's going to be negative 40 plus 1 is negative 39. No good. And having minus plus would give you positive 39. So it's not 1 and 8. So now you check 8 and 1. And that gives you 5 minus 5 plus 8 is plus 3. So minus plus would give you minus 3. So that doesn't work. So those don't work. Now you check 2 and 4. Put a 2 here and a 4 here. Now you get minus 20 plus 2, which is minus 18. So we have it. We came across it. So we've got it right. So all
It's
you're
supposed to be
doing
a-
is spoiling each time and checking your answer until you.
Is there supposed to be an X in the middle of that one?
Liam, are you getting this?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's 18X. All right, so this is what we're doing. We did 3 ending in a plus. We did 3 ending in a
Liam.
minus. The ones ending in a minus take a little more work. Okay, now I want to try this problem. 4x squared plus 23x plus 15, and we're going to have it as an equation
Stop
that
it. You're not
equals
funny.
0.
Clearly not me, dumbass.
Hey,
And who the hell is
watch
it?
your mouth. Okay, so we've got an equation this time. But to solve the equation, you have to do the factoring. Now, this one is a little bit different. This one starts with the 4x squared. What makes it
Mr.
different?
Nelly, you might want to go and pin your screen. All right.
That it could be what? 4x and x, or you have to check 2x and 2x. Now you have 2 possibilities for the first term. That number's not prime now. There's 2 ways to get 4x squared. 4x and 1x or 2x and 2x. Then we have to take the 15
That is true.
and write the 1 and 15 and 15 and 1, 3 and 5 and 5 and 3. So now we have a lot more possibility. It's a plus 15 and it's a plus 23, so we know it's got to be plus and plus. And so now you start with 1 and 15. And
You wanna
you
meet
put
my
the
aunt?
1 here and the 15 here, and that gives you
Hey.
61. That's no good.
You still need
And
help with
then
your
you
email?
can put the 1 here and the 15 here, and that gives you 32. That's no good.
I kicked that off.
So 15 and 1 doesn't
God!
work
What are you doing?
for
Oh, I'm in a
either of
class right
those.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, I'll mute
No
myself.
good. 15 and 1.
It's a math
So
class.
now we have to take, what did we have?
Ah!
We had
Mr. Antonelli, can you teach
1 and
my aunt how to do
15.
math?
Now we need
I'm
15
a
and
fucking
1.
friend. Next. Try.
That's my kid.
And now you check this one out. You get 4 and 15 is 19. That's no good. Here you get 2 and 30. That's no good. So neither of these worked with 15 and 1. So we get rid of the 15 and the 1 and the 1 and 15. Now we check 3 and 5. So we're going to put a 3 here and a 5 here, a 3 here and a 5 here. This gives us 23.
What color is a
And
carrot?
that's what we're looking for.
I think it was, I think it's a carrot. Carrot, but,
So this factors into this,
I like 20
but
feet.
it's an equation set equal to 0.
What color is a
So
carrot?
we don't need
Carrot,
this
I think it's,
anymore. And now
I think
what
it
do we
was,
do?
I think it's a carrot.
Take
carrot,
4x plus 3 and set it equal to
If you dig a
0.
6-foot hole, how
Get
deep is that hole?
4x
I
is
like 20 feet.
negative 3, and x is
1
negative
minus 1
3/4.
Equals
Then
35.
you get x plus 5 equal to 0, and get
Spell
x equals
red.
negative 5.
LSTER.
Does everybody see that?
Don't blurt out
Be
your answer.
quiet,
What number
Will.
comes between 2 and 4? Write your answer. What number comes
Just
between 2
ignore my
and 4?
class.
Okay?
Well,
So
I'm
we
gonna
can
have to ask you
solve
to respect this
equations,
classroom
you have to do
environment.
the factoring. But this one was a little different because of 4x squared. There were 2 ways to set it up. 4x and x or 2x and 2x. And you have to check both of them out. Okay, you guys are getting a little.
Don't blurt out your answer.
I think that's enough for today.
What?
So
I'm a little
tonight,
Why do you think
you
you had a
have to get quiz 8.4 done
You told you
for
you had a
tomorrow. Make sure you do that tonight. And then assignment 17 is a delta math. That's due tomorrow by 11 o'clock. You have
It's
to
okay. So why do you think
get
you had
it
a
done and turn it in by 11 o'clock. You have to do the delta math.
Oh, I think
All
you
right.
had an email from March 23rd.
Are we all set?
Mr. Antonelli,
Yes.
is there any way you could send in like a PDF